Hey, that music is a little bit too crazy for me. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? We're doing a little weird job here. This one we're gonna be playing the music straight from the teat. I didn't even export these songs. Good morning, everybody. Let me give you guys your love, but we're happy that you guys are here. Tracy, SJ, Big Doug Millionaire, Jackal, Keyed Up BDM, DeBerry Joe, Robert, Tyler, Conway J, Merchman's in here. What up, buddy? Just Jen, EJ's in here. Kupo J. Kupo, how'd your bread come out? You know Kupo took a day off of work to bake bread? That's a man that knows how to slow down. That's a man that knows how to slow down. I'm having a hard time with that. Why you got jaw whip in the corner of your mouth? You're making old man noises like.
Well, I'm trying to gag down this fucking protein bar.
Which one are you eating? The barbells? They're not bad. I had one yesterday. They're not terrible.
It's just
Why are they so thick?
Yeah, thick.
Andrea always buys me the ones, like she's more like you. Like I'm a delicate baby. I need flavor. I need texture. Andrea eats these ones that are like literally they're just like pucks of protein.
Yeah.
The original Quest, you know, the ones that you can bend them. It's like bending. It's like bending solder. You know how solder has a pleasing bend to it? They taste fucking horrible. And the other one that you and Andrea can both eat, because I like compiling your similarities, are those ones that it's like 4 ingredients. It's shaped like a little triangle.
Oh, yeah, the RX bars.
Yeah, RX bars. Yeah. Oh, my God. That tastes like a fucking bag of shit. It tastes like if you took a bag of shit and smushed the shit together into a bar. That's how terrible it is. Can't do it.
Those things are chewy.
Yeah, but you guys get through them. Well, we're glad you guys are here. Cliff Bars, I think Cliff Bars fell off. So did Laura Bars. What happened to you, Laura? Where the fuck are you now, Laura? We're doing a weird job? Is that what we're starting with today, buddy?
Yeah.
Is he on there?
I'm going to call him.
Okay, yeah, no rush. It's all good. Yeasted, I get stressed taking care of my sourdough starter. Kupo. I've never done I get baked and bake that sounds terrific. Eating fresh baked bread with butter when you're high? Oh, come on. My daughter ate 4 waffles for breakfast this morning. 4 waffles. Big boys.
What's up, dude?
She eats.
Thanks for agreeing. Yeah, we're not on the show yet. I'll just I was going to put you on hold and then we'll come back and then do an intro and then we'll go to you. All right.
Donkey Kong game. All right. I beat a Vowed, everybody. I need a new video game. My hip made me beat a video game. He's on 1?
Yeah.
Hey, James, can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you want to use your real name?
James is fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I can give you a fake name.
Turkey Leg.
I was going to get Turkey Leg. Tom even changed the syllables. I like Turkey Leg sounds French.
Yeah, I'll go over why I called him that.
Hey, thanks again for doing this, man. We appreciate it. We've gotten to the point now where we're just going to start whoring out all our friends because we're coming in for a landing.
I was going to say, you guys finally ran out of content.
Oh, man, we've been out for a while.
Yeah,
come on now.
Yeah.
We've been out for a while. Same
Yeah.
stories, same dumb jokes.
This is the point where you start hitting the top of the trees. What?
Well, I'm here to bore your audience. What do you got?
All right, okay, hold on. All right, hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. I'm potting you down. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to start. Here we go. All right. Would you like to begin?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube because podcasts are now TV shows. Just search for us at Tom and Dan Live. Got a question for us? Same thing on all the socials. At Tom and Dan Live.
We just sent out another email to all BDMs about our BDM appreciation event.
I had some people reach out and say, hey, I don't know where mine is. If you have that problem, dan@tomandan.com. I got a system. I can get you hooked up.
Yeah. So if you are an active BDM and you didn't get an invite to the party, just reach out, send us an email. We will get it 100%, and we'll fix it. We'll tell you where the party's at. It's no big deal. So if you are a BDM,
God, I haven't
just
heard
let
no
us know.
big deal in a while. I like that. NBD.
Well, it's not like we're a giant corporation. We're like, oh, I missed the boat. They'll never get back to me. Just send us an email. We'll get back to you.
If you see me in traffic, like, hey, I didn't get my email. I'm like, all right, I'll send it to you.
So we got a weird job today.
You requested a punk rock Weird Job Wednesday theme song for this particular gentleman. I believe, if I remember correctly, his favorite band is Rise Against. Let's go with it. This is sight unseen. I haven't even heard these.
Okay.
These are just, I threw the lyrics at it. Let's see where it goes. Here we go. Punk rock on deck.
Don't wanna do a bit. He called a Weird Job Wednesday. Dan really liked it. Tom said that's bullshit. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Slob. Do you make lots of money? And you sit up in your tower, looking down on all the people that are working by the hour. Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I let it go. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Pretty good.
In a time when the AI song is having to do more to impress me, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. I like that it went a little out of the box and went for something that's like a little less Warped Tour and a little more like traditional, almost.
Yeah.
You know, a little traditional punk rock. I like that.
So on today's Weird Job Wednesday, we're, I'm not scraping the bottom of the barrel. I have to call out my friends for some favors.
I mean, you're dipping into the Miami Friends syndrome.
It is a weird job, but my buddy Trukey Leg's on the line with us.
Hey!
How you doing, James?
What the hell are you guys doing with your life?
I don't know
What did I just witness?
We're not. I mean, it's certainly not a real job like what you have, right? Like what we're doing is literally like two children playing in a room all day.
Okay.
Oh, well, all right. First of all, Dan, how's your hip recovery doing?
I will tell you that I went into this maybe a little more confident. I went into it like Tom. I went into it like a Tom.
Like a real man.
I did. I went into it like no big deal. I'll be up and running. I'll tell you, James, it hurts really bad, man. It's bad, and I'm slow, and it's baby steps, but I'm getting there. Thank you for asking. I'm definitely.
Are they giving you any good pills?
No, they did not. They gave me 8. I had
that's
8 Oxys. It lasted me one Saturday. It was awesome. It was a great Saturday. Other than that, it's been hell on earth.
We should start calling it an 8 Oxy Saturday every time you have a good one.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, that's all they give you now. But hey, thanks for doing this, man. Now I don't know if the listeners they've heard the name Trukey Leg and Mrs. Leg.
Hold on,
they've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
But is he getting? Are you getting in trouble?
No, I'm sitting on the forklift and somebody needs it.
Typical Trukey Leg. Rested in the forklift. No, but
I'm trying to hide out here.
The listeners have heard Trukey Leg and Mrs. Leg a lot, but I don't know if they remember his job. In fact, that would be a good trivia question for those of you that follow the show since its inception, because Trukey Leg's been in my house, multiple houses, been on the show multiple times, been in our original studios.
Yeah, I have.
Do they know his job?
Known my buddy James since high school. Since 98?
They don't. People are guessing. Someone said BMX racer. Someone said drive.
BMX racer.
Drives a forklift. Forklift driver.
It's forklift driver's close.
Yeah. Someone said EMT.
James, what is your weird job?
Do I get to make one up, or are you on my actual job?
I actually like your weird job. I think it's super cool.
I have been well, let's see. I'm a mechanic for a major American motorcycle company.
Yeah, American made.
Yeah.
I
think I've said it before.
And let me tell you something right now. If you're even thinking about buying one of those other bikes, 25% right on the top, coming right out of your ass. It's Liberation Day, mother effers, and we're taking it back.
So I
don't know what any of that means. I'm just regurgitating buzzwords.
So I saw James over this past weekend. We went camping down at Deerfield Beach.
Yeah.
And I was making the joke with him that I went to
Chef Pat's 20-year anniversary at Hollabox, right? Because he worked at
They
Hollabox
rolled
20
out the
years.
whole restaurant to that guy.
And then I'm like, haven't you been working at as a Harley mechanic at the same dealership for 20 years? And James like 24 years. I'm like, God damn!
Almost a quarter century, dude.
And then
man.
and then now
That's impressive, dude.
So let's go back to MMI days because I can't even believe
Well,
it's been.
explain what that is, because around here when I was growing up, that was a career choice. Seriously, like I have a lot of friends. I could name 7 different people that went to MMI.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I went to MMI when TC was in college at UCF. I think I'm 2 years ahead of TC, so like I was already like out of school. I'm not the college type, not the school type, so I went to MMI. You remember when I went to MMI, I lived in MMI dorms are 2-bedroom apartments that they put 4 guys in.
Yes.
And I used to live with a wizard who used to collect alligator heads and knives.
Yeah, I remember the old man wizard.
A lot of wizards in your life, Tom.
Yeah, he had a big
Multiple-
wizard. The wizard? He had to have been in his 70s when I was living with him. And then he stayed in the other room, but I had like a rotating cast of these fucking weirdos. I'm sorry. If
You're
I can
fine.
curse.
You're fine. You're fine. And I
Yeah,
like how
so,
he cursed.
uh,
He goes. I had this fucking wizard. I fucking cursed. I like
What is that Harley mechanics talk?
I like that actually. It builds the character more.
TC met some of these guys. I had one guy who I came home and he had moved all the furniture because he lost his pills. And he was passed out with a half-lit joint in his mouth, and all the furniture was in the middle of the room. He got kicked out for that. Then I had a father-son combo. The father was going to the boat part of MMI, and he brought his son along, so his son slept on the couch. And his name was Jack, but we called him Jack's son because he was Jack's son. And, man, a bunch of weird guys. I used to just go to MMI, come home, change my clothes.
Hey, Turkey Leg, hold on one second, just before you move on to your schedule. So, am I right in hearing that you had a single dad that had a kid, and then the kid would just hang out in the apartment while the dad did his schooling?
Yeah, and the kid was like 22 years old.
Oh, okay.
And then he was married. He was married too, and his wife was out in Colorado, I think. Anyway, these guys would come.
wild.
They would fail out of school. They'd get into drugs or whatever Florida would do, and some of them finished, and some would leave. Anyway, I finished that, and
What
Taylor
got
got a job here.
What got you into the motorcycle life? Were you always a motorcycle person? Were you always like
Well, me and TC grew up riding dirt bikes out here in South Florida. When I went to MMI, I took all like Japanese style classes, like Kawasaki, Yamaha, and I took one Harley class just because I was there. My old man was like, just take one class. I'd never ridden a motorcycle on a road before, and when I came down here to look for jobs, the facilities at the Harley-Davidson dealership were way, way above the Jap shops. I mean, I got AC, I got top of the line stuff here. So I took the job with Harley, and the first time I ever rode. The first time I ever rode.
Hold on, I also want to protect your integrity
You
here.
just blew my beard off.
That's what they call them at the Harley shops. It's not, and it's has nothing to do with what.
Just like back in the times of war, you're like American GI, American GI. That's fine in times of war, and we are in an. Some would say we're in an economic war.
Yeah, those Jap shops. I wasn't going to work in no Jap shops.
Stop it. We are just move on. Move on.
So I took a job here. It's like it's the closest motorcycle dealership to my house, and I've been here for 24 years, man. And I've seen some crazy stuff happen here. I've seen fist fights between employees. I've seen one of the mechanics punch a manager and get it, and he got fired for that, but he got rehired like 6 months later.
Oh, that's like radio. In radio, you can get fired and rehired like literally a week later.
So
Yeah. You just got to wait till that service manager who got punched gets fired, then you come back in.
Yeah, there's no rules.
So James, let's talk about so throughout the 24 years, oftentimes when I see James like down in Miami, he's got some sort of bandages on his hands because because of all the injuries you get when you're a mechanic.
Physical job.
Punching cylinders and whatnot.
Tires exploding, whatever. So his fingers.
Oh yeah, I blew my finger. I thought I blew it off, but I broke it beating a tire that wouldn't bead, and I put too much air in it, and it blew up like a. Oh boy, it went kaboom real good. and when I looked back, when I held my hand up, it had blown my middle finger behind my hand, so I thought I had lost my finger, but it was just bent backwards behind my hand.
Oh my God.
And that was a good little 4-month vacation as that healed.
Yeah, that's a stinger. Yeah, I'm feeling that now.
I've broken my toe. I dropped an exhaust pipe on my toe, but I was wearing like Chuck Taylors, and that was a hard lesson to learn that you got to wear the steel toes.
Do you have some dumb old timer tell you that you should have had your steel toes on?
Yeah, been wearing my steel toes. I've been in 2 motorcycle accidents. One I pulled out in front of a bus and jumped off the motorcycle before the bus hit it.
Oh, that's the Tom. Tom says he can do that with any crash he's about to get into. He can jump off the bike and just walk to safety.
I remember that one where the truck ran over the motorcycle you were riding.
It was a bus. It was a county bus, and it was a big old black mama was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, she was mad. I had the bike like smoking off on the side of the road, and I'm like, "What you doing?" Thanking the Lord that I survived it, and she was just screaming at me like I pulled out right in front of her.
Oh my God, I miss you, dude. I haven't heard Turkey. I haven't seen Turkey. I missed the camping trip this year. I need some good laughs. I got a perpetual smile on my face now at your misery.
Well, Turkey Leg's fingers look like a bunch of witches' brooms.
Like my mom's. You remember my mom's fingers? Yeah, they look like my mom.
Yeah.
My mom.
And after 20 years of being in motor oil, they're like kind of the skin's kind of melting off of my fingers.
Yeah. Like some porn stars, they have a permanent in their butt crack. They have a permanent stainage, and you won't go away. You have like porn star stainage on your hands. My mom had gnarly hands too from playing organ for 40 years. When you're doing technical, what's the hardest part of your job, James? Like when you're working on stuff, is it diagnosing or is that all computers?
No,
like what's
the hardest part of my job is dealing with people. Be that coworkers or customers. My favorite part of the job is when no one bothers me and it's just me and the motorcycle and my tools, and I'm just over there with my headset on, just working away.
Did you hear how he said that? Did you hear? He said it in he said it like he was romancing his tools. He's like, over there with just me and my tool. Like, I know what that feels like. It's like when I'm here editing, and I'm just,
don't come and ask me some stupid question.
Yeah. Let's talk about this.
He's gotten grumpier, Tom.
He's my grumpiest friend.
Yeah, he is but I would like to say that he's always been your grumpiest friend, but now, like just having him on the show, he's got a lot to say. This is almost borderline. He needs a bit every week to rant about something he hates.
Oh, don't get me started, dude.
I like
Tom I went on a hard rant with Tom at the last weekend.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay, listen,
don't get him going on healthcare.
My bees were buzzing crazy.
Listen, all I know is 24 years of being a Harley mechanic, and he has never fixed a jet ski of mine, a dirt bike of mine.
Oh, I've seen you ask. I've literally seen you ask, and he's like, no.
Yeah. At least Fernando.
Bring me something fixable, man. Don't bring me
everything's fixable. Hold on.
He just called everything you own a bunch of junk. A bunch of junk.
Hard junk.
No.
This is why I love your friends, because they're on my team.
Yeah. Well,
you
guess
have
what?
a garage full of crap.
Well, guess what? Not all James wants a brand new Harley and then a brand new, brand new.
He's got the Surons,
man. But he wants a whole new engine rebuild straight from the factory. You just have to bolt it in, and sometimes you have to, you got
an old Craigslist you got to be renting on.
You have to start being creative with how you fix motorcycles.
Chat room loves Turkey Leg's grumpiness. They're on his side.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Well, 24 years in the business, I know all the little tricks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The chat room is saying that you should never fix anything of Tom's, and you should stand on your business. Is what the chat room's saying.
I'm just saying. I would for instance, over this past weekend, Fernando's car wouldn't start, and then James gets over there, opens the hood. Look, I didn't see him taking apart the engine.
He's off the clock, man. He's off the clock.
He just spits at it. And he's like,
what kind of car?
Screwed.
What kind of car?
Dude,
I don't know.
I don't know what kind of car it is. I don't know what kind of car.
American car. If it's not American, I'm not working on it.
Whatever's under the hood of that thing that Fernando's driving doesn't look like a motor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying this. Now, don't get mad at me. I am saying this as Turkey Leg. I ain't working on no jab car.
Yeah.
Said as Turkey Leg.
Yeah. I won't work on no jab car.
I knew he would say it. I knew he would say it.
Stop. Let's talk about the average day of a Harley mechanic. So
I feel like there's a lot of pooping, involved. A lot of chain wallet on the floor of a bathroom.
So
No, that was back in the. I mean, Tom knows the stories. Back in the day when I first started, it was way different. I worked with a bunch of old school, like I'm gonna say real biker guys, and we used to have a bathroom that had one stall and it had a solid door on it, and that's where people would go in and chug beers. And if you lifted up the first like layer of paper towels in the trash can, there was like 30 empty beer cans under the
Big tall boys in there.
And I'm not really one for drinking on the job, but I used to go in there and take a power nap every now and then because you could lock yourself in the room. But then we had a service manager that caught wind of all that stuff, and he ripped the door off of the bathroom. So we didn't have a door on the bathroom for like 2 years, so you couldn't chug beers or take power naps.
That's such a fantastic story. It almost trumps a lot of Weird Job Wednesdays. That's so good.
So,
oh my God.
So what? Okay, and down in Miami, there's a popular thing with like
you get the
Harleys.
You get the
big front tire.
I knew you were gonna say this.
You get the big.
Yeah, I just rode one down the turnpike. They're called penny farthings.
It's popular here too, man. Don't act like it's not popular here.
Yeah, but in South Florida, it is crazy
I'm
down
not
there.
into it. It's not quite my style, but you
Yeah,
know.
So what is that?
Working on it.
What is
What
that?
is it?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know. I guess people think it looks cool, but like they put like a 26, 25-inch front wheel on there, so it looks like a penny farthing, and a lot of them have like air ride suspension that'll go up and down, you know, which is just another. It's all aftermarket. It's not really something we try to get into a lot, but a lot of the bikes have them, so you just kind of deal with it.
Look how grumpy he is.
Yeah.
I can hear it bubbling.
Yeah.
I can hear the grumpiness bubbling about it. It's like it's all after. When he said it's all aftermarket.
I mean, all that air ride stuff is. I mean, if you could see this thing that I have on my lift, it's ridiculous. And the guy, you know, down here in South Florida, we got a lot of people with a lot of money that the guys who like to spend money don't ride their bikes. And the guys that hold their wallets tight and don't spend any money will ride their bikes until the cords are sticking out of their tires.
Right.
So we got, you know, these guys that have these penny farthing, you know, $60,000 motorcycles. They never ride them, but they bring them in here once a year to change the batteries. And, oh, my air ride's not working. I have 2 of those on my list that I'm kind of putting off till maybe they decide they want someone else to work on them or something. I don't know.
Oh, I like that. Putting off work until another mechanic picks it up.
That
I wish I could do that here.
I learned that from other mechanics. Put that up.
I like that.
So, James, now, let's just say I lied about learning or being a mechanic.
Could be anything at this point.
And then I get a job at your dealership.
Totally possible. Totally possible.
Okay,
you don't
I
even
know.
have to lie. You don't even have to lie. You can just say that you know what a motorcycle is.
No,
That'll
okay.
get you killed.
So how could I get through just looking up YouTube videos? They have videos of like Harley.
YouTube videos.
No, I'm just saying they have like complete videos you watch and it teaches you step by step how to take apart a motor and put it back on.
I did that on my scooter, remember? Oh, yeah,
I mean,
YouTube videos.
A regular Joe off the street probably could, but if we're talking about specifically you, I have doubts.
Yeah, this guy knows.
I know you. Well, you seen me one time when the Grizz moved out of his the place I was living.
Is
in
this
the
when you
duplex.
Is that when we broke the clutch hub on that dirt bike?
Yeah. We
We
turned
jammed a screwdriver in there. Yeah.
we turned his room into a mechanic shop,
Oh,
and I
love
put
it.
some dirt bikes in there. We put down green grass on the carpet, and then
So classy. You put down the rolled out.
Yeah.
The green.
Yeah, and then we proceeded to break every part inside that dirt bike.
Well, we didn't have the right tools.
So you made a room to have a place to work on dirt bikes, and then you proceeded to roll out indoor, outdoor green carpet, and then break your dirt bike to pieces.
And you know what? I'm gonna give myself credit because that was.
You always give yourself credit.
But that was
For
pretty.
what, the green carpet?
No.
Credit for that.
No, I learned how to mess with my dirt bikes and my jet skis before YouTube. When you have to.
Oh,
when you-
wow.
I was breaking stuff before people were videoing.
Okay.
And I just there's some books, and then I would just take it all apart, and then never put it together.
That's what you did to my lawnmower. Turkey leg.
That's also not like a dig on a mechanic when you bring him a box of parts and he has trouble putting it back.
Turkey leg. Turkey
Give
leg.
me a chance to bring it, take it apart.
He was still in this phase when I first met him, and he came over to my first house, which was our first studio. and he took my lawnmower apart, and then we couldn't get it back, like fired up, or anything, and then he just left it, got in his truck, lit a cigarette, and drove away. And it's just me in my backyard with a lawnmower in parts.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
He's also cut his finger, like putting his finger in the blades of the lawnmower.
You have?
Accident.
No one ever.
You
You kept that from me.
No, I cut the tendon so I couldn't move my pinky.
You kept that from me. That's like your mom saying he used to eat soap.
Yeah. Now when I asked Tom to come ride dirt bikes with me, he's like, "Oh, my hands," because years of holding a microphone podcasting has rendered his hands.
This guy's going after him.
I have carpal tunnel. It's a genetic disease.
He does have carpal tunnel.
And I can't ride. All Miami's just all rocks.
He does. He has carpal tunnel. And I have a gay pelvis.
Let's go ride some Turkey Leg. Every time I go down there, he's like, let's go riding. And I'm like, I feel nervous. You're riding around the streets of Miami. Like
it's
tough
12 Miami Harley mechanic.
No, I'm just saying. He's like, no one cares out here. I'm like, no, you just ride through people's yards, and then we're riding down the 8th Street.
Yeah, my favorite is when Pudge almost killed himself. Am I not allowed to talk about that?
There's more important crime down here than dirt bikes going around.
A couple of guys. You got Pudge and Turkey Leg flying around Miami on Suron electric motorcycles.
Yeah, my brother will never wear a shirt when he's riding that thing either.
I love it.
No shirt, no helmet.
That's Pudge power.
No shirt, no helmet.
Pudge power.
Dude, Daniel's hurt himself the most on that. You've heard the stories about that. He fainted one time, and the last one, he was riding around in sandals and like stubbed his toe.
No.
And we got back to the house, and he fainted on top of me. I had to call my wife to lift him off of me.
Because he smashed his toe and he fainted because he was drunk?
Tell him about the part where the time where he knocked himself out and then he tried to run away and then just rode into the bushes.
Yeah, he fell down pretty easily. I was kind of chuckling because it didn't look like anything serious, but I guess he you hit that funny bone in your elbow that like sends a shock through your whole body.
Yeah.
And he got up and he was on the bike and he's like, man, that really hurt. And I could tell he was kind of, little birdies were flying around his head. And then he's like, all right, let's go. Turns the Suron on. And then I guess he fainted, but as he fainted, he grabbed a handful of throttle and launched himself into some bushes. I had to go dig him out of that.
My wife is joining us. Andrea says hello. She also says that she wants to remind everyone that Pudge is an Eagle Scout. He's a good patriot. He's a good American. Pudge he's literally a documented Eagle Scout. That's a hero in my eyes.
How did you and your brother become such real men? It doesn't make. We all grew up together.
Yeah, they're grumpy, and I love it. I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, and your dad was a businessman. Your mom was a teacher.
Was your dad super grumpy?
That's what it was.
But he was just a businessman.
No, they were the opposite. They were totally the opposite. They were great, but I think that like my mom being a teacher, we always had to have good grades and always, I just didn't like school after high school came around. I couldn't do school anymore. Daniel's good at school, but why do you want to be stuck in a office or a podcasting studio all day? Get out there, man.
I want to be out of here. I
want to drink beers in the bathroom.
I want to unhitch my wagon from Tom Van.
Have you talked to Pudge about his job?
No, I have that on my schedule because
he's hanging, in elevator shafts or whatever.
Yeah.
Does he get to pound beers in the elevator shafts?
No, they got.
I don't know. He's in the union frowns upon that.
The union, they'll kick you out for the beers. Yeah.
100%.
All right.
I'm not union.
James, we got to get out of here.
Oh, this is one of my favorite
get back
ones.
To work.
The chat room loved it. Everybody wants a James update. Like Turkey Leg, what's cooking with Turkey Leg?
Yeah. It's all here,
you
man.
give everybody a segment, and you're not going to give your grumpiest friend a grumpy segment on the show?
Well, no, they hear someone
once a month and have him call in. It's like, this guy brought in some penny farthing, this crappy Harley. It sucks. I'm working on it.
I can just record a rant, and I'll send it in.
Yeah, recorded rant by Turkey Leg.
Let's talk about my last question, because someone called me out for not asking anymore how much people make.
Really? So they called you out for that?
So not you specifically, because I put out your business, but how much can a Harley mechanic make if he's really hustling? Not that you're doing that, because you're talking on the phone out.
Slamming beers.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the high end, like over 100, like just slightly over, and the guys starting off are probably making 50 or 60 maybe.
Yeah, like if you know what you're doing and you're good at it and you like it and you
Yeah, well,
slide
that's
in
another
for-
thing. We don't get paid. Well, I don't get paid by the hour. Usually, the master mechanics just get paid by flat rate, which is you're billing the hours to the bike.
Yeah.
So we're expected to bill about 10 hours a day, and if work is here, that's not hard to do. But when the work dries up in the summertime, it gets too hot. I guess people stop riding. It can be hard to put a paycheck together. So,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thank God you didn't quit 10 years or 15 years ago when we started the podcast and business. I'm like, you should start your own
You did.
mechanic business.
You're like, you should get out of there.
And get in a van and then do it all yourself. That would have been horrible. would have been real bad.
Did he try to lean on you and tell you to start a mobile mechanic business?
yeah, but we all know not to listen to anything you talk about.
Yeah, I know.
Not everybody knows that yet.
Yeah. I get a lot of crap.
Only by
Turkey-
friends and people who know me.
Turkey Leg, I let him get it all out on the show, and I get a lot of crap from people saying, like, why do you let him say it? And I'm like, I have to. I care about him. I love him, man. He's my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put up with that shit, Dan.
I do it. I have to put up with it.
All my friends are like, how do people listen to you? Why? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're like,
But
I wouldn't listen to you.
But I don't know any other way. This is what I know.
Pudge listens. He knows. All right, James.
Yeah, Budge is the only one that listens. I just pay $4 a month for nothing.
yeah. James has been asking to cancel his media, but God, I'm like, you do it. You have to do it yourself.
I'll do it.
Account for like 7 years. I don't know.
No,
how to
don't do
access man.
You know what? I'll cancel it for you.
No. Let it go.
I'll cancel it
No,
for
he
you.
does. He owes me for never fixing nothing of mine.
And you know when you like I've had like ever since I signed up I've had like 4 credit card frauds, and every time I get a new credit card that reoccurring Tom and Dan thing stays on my
They
credit
fixed
card.
that years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, we love
That's
that.
the only reason we're in business.
Yeah.
That's
we love that. It can't be stopped now. No free will.
You got me good.
All right, James, get out of here.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
All right, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, love to
All
the
right.
family, man.
Get better,
Be good.
man. Get ready. Get better, Dan.
Thank you, dude. See ya.
All right.
Him, his family, Mrs. Leg, the children. Good guy. Love that guy. And Pudge.
Do you?
But they're different. I do. I missed them. Like they're the most fun. They're some of the most. I don't want to say the most fun, and people get their feelings hurt. But they're some of the most fun people. Pudge and his brother are hilarious. They're very funny,
All right.
and they'll get mad real easy when something goes wrong, and they'll complain about it and start yelling. Oh, it's good. It's so good.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more corporate time.
It was really, really, really funny. I got a little bit of work to do. It's totally
Yeah.
worth
Sorry
it.
about you. The
Dude,
cursing.
totally worth it. Totally worth it. Way better that way. That's number 1, right?
Yeah, we went a
Ooh,
little long though.
We did. Oh, no, it'll work. 27 and 20 will work. Yeah, that'll work.
We could just do a 13 and then
If you want to.
we could push that
Let's see.
forward to Monday.
We got 7 fucks. And then we got times 4. Then we got 9. We got a fuck. Then we got 11. We got a fuck. And then 26. We got a shit. You want to do a quick 13?
I guess we could. I mean,
Yeah. Might
maybe
as well be
easier.
smart with our recording. You want to do voicemails?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss James. He's funny. Still trying to ride, but he's not awake. But those things don't make any noise. Just
Yeah. They're strong as shit though.
yeah, I saw a dude. It probably come up on your. It probably already did come up on your algorithm where a guy's riding one of them. It's like a kid, and he's trying to do it in a like over here at the Orlando skate park.
Yeah.
And he's like riding us around in the bowl. And when he goes up the other side, he's just gonna kind of jump. But when he goes up, it hits him weird, and he
Whiskey throttle.
yeah, and he fucking slams it, and it throws him so high that it's too much, and he lets go of the bike, and then he just falls and like smashes himself real bad.
Yeah.
Really
that-
bad.
Just the amount of torque and power electric motors have is insane.
Crazy. All right, you want to do some voicemails or
Sure.
emails? I can bring us back. Here we go. In 3, 2. Welcome back to a corporate time.
I forgot to tell the story real quick of even how I called my buddy Trukey Leg.
Yeah, do it, man.
Back in the radio days, I just changed everybody's name because I was saying such horrible things about them.
Well, there was also a bit more privacy, right? The internet wasn't as like dense as it is now with. Yeah, you can find anybody now.
20 years ago, people thought about privacy differently.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like,
even 30 years ago, like I remember a time when Jim Colbert would not be a Jim Colbert. That's not shade or anything. It's just
he just never said his name.
He just would never say his name, and I was instructed to not say his name, and I protected that. I guarded that, because that's what we did. We knew Savannah's real name. Well, we would guard that.
Also, like saying someone's real name publicly, people were like, I don't want. They'd get nervous about that. Yeah. It's funny, like. Now it seems to be pretty gone because you're just like, oh yeah, my name and all my social media and stuff is public and all the information is public. And it's like
we kind of we
just gave it up.
We opted in, right?
Yeah. I guess we didn't put up too much of a fight, so it was just
frog in the water. Frog in the water.
But anyway, it was because we when James was talking about, we used to ride dirt bikes by this track in Homestead. And it was one of these things where you would pay money and sign this thing saying that you are a part owner of the track.
Yeah.
So we both did that, and we paid some fee to go, and they would give you a key, and then they would do that to protect themselves against lawsuits. Which is weird because I was under 18, so I think whatever I signed did
meaningless. Yeah. It means like Maisie signing a way of rights. It's like, sorry, you can't do that to a 9-year-old.
But the old man that owned the property, and then
he's just doing what he can.
Yeah. It was one of these things where it's just like it probably.
And I salute that. He's trying.
Yeah. And so we used to go ride this track, and I remember James blew his knee out riding one day, and then a swolled up, big, thick. And then we joked around that it would look like a turkey leg.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, and that's why we called him Trukey Leg. And then when it became time to start nicknaming everybody, because I was talking about it, I was like, I'll just use that for that. The Wizard, because he had long hair. It's very easy.
Does he got long hair now or no? Because he goes through phases, right?
He's got like a skullet because he's losing his hair.
Why you got to be mean to all your friends? It's amazing that they're still nice to you because they call.
Well, they're mean to me.
No, but hold on, because they call.
No, they're mean.
They call in, and then what do I'll say?
They don't respect me.
I missed. Like, first of all, they'll call in and they'll be like, "Did you notice that James called in?" And he's like, "Hey, Dan, I hope you're feeling better." Like, they address me.
Okay, well, they're nice to you.
They are nice to me, and then I'm nice to them. I'm like, "Oh, I miss you, buddy. Tell you and your brother and Mrs. Leg and the children hello." Like, and they respond to me.
Yeah,
and then I say things like, "I love you, buddy," and you're like, "Do you really? He's horrible." Like, what is going on?
Well,
what kind of relationship do you have with these people?
Yeah. Well,
how does it work?
Well, you know each other for too long, and you're like, I see the real you.
I see how you really are.
Yeah. When you see the real of anybody, you can't like them that much. Anyway,
it's like being married.
Yeah.
Warts and all.
Yeah.
Do you want to do some voicemails?
Yeah, let's
all right, we got a little bit of time to kill here. We never do our voicemails. Let's go with this one. Remember the guy, the bowler, that called in? We had a gentleman that called in who was a horny bowler that called in a little while ago.
I think so.
Yeah, here he called in with an update.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Dan. This is Derek Dunnigan, a.k.a. the Horny Illinois Bowler. I was just calling to give you guys an update. I have recently qualified for the round 2 of the Coors Light Bucket Shot at my local BA, that's bowling alley. But I hit a little bit of a speed bump because, well, I found out my girlfriend was sleeping with the guy that works in the back of the bowling alley. Now, I know you can't make this shit up, but, I mean, shit. What are you going to do, right? So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I continue to bowl at this establishment, or do I call it quits? Either way, it's embarrassing no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, he sent me an email, too. Apparently, he did qualify. He is a good bowler, but he did find out that his, as he says, I believe, old lady was sleeping with... I've always wanted to say that, by the way. I think growing my hair and my beard out will allow me to call Andrea my old lady.
Yeah. I like a good old lady.
Yeah. I'm going to do that. Anyway. He found out that his girl was sleeping with one of the guys, one of the mechanics of the bowling alley.
Yep.
I say you got to move bowling. Well, I mean, it depends on how tough you are, right? I know
Well,
you would move bowling alleys. I'm just guessing. Easier. It's just easier.
Well,
No distractions.
It's an awkward situation.
Yeah.
If you see this person, and it's kind of an insult, right? And then you feel like less of a man.
Also, it's like
looking at the man that's
do we
sleeping
know
with
what
your
this guy
lady.
does?
Huh?
Okay, follow me with this. Do we know what this guy does? Because it seems as if his phone call is to sort of throw shade that his girl is sleeping with, quote, the guy that works at the bowling alley, which is supposed to be, like, did you feel that negativity he put on that? Well, what does this guy do? Because I think we'd have to weigh out what they both do and see who has the more worthy job, right? I hate it when people start, like, villainizing careers or jobs. And we don't even, like, I don't know what you do. What do you do? It might be worse than the bowling alley mechanic. Which is not a bad job. Why is that a bad job?
It's not. Is he with his girlfriend still?
No, she left him for the other guy.
God, I don't know how that feels. One day I will, but I have no reference at all.
It won't be the same because you're too enmeshed. You have children, so you're fracturing something that actually is meaningful.
Yeah.
It's like
I
to
guess
a girlfriend's really, it's bad at the time, but what does it really mean?
Yeah, it's more of a nothing.
Yeah. You won't know what it feels like. It really is it feels bad at the time, but it really is a nothing. Like thinking about my whole entire family fracturing, that's real bad. Let's try this one right here.
Hey, Tom and Dan, it's a Medicus from Fort Myers. Back in the Friday Free Show, you talked about living in little podunk towns. Back in 2005, we moved from the bustling metropolis of Tampa to a little town in Iowa called Pacific Junction, population 502. It had a church, a bar, and a volunteer fire station. No traffic lights whatsoever. There was a little town nearby that had the grocery store and the gas pumps and all that. After that, we moved across the Missouri River into Nebraska, just south of Omaha, to a town called Plattsmouth, 5,020. Had a lot more to it, so pretty crazy. But there was something to it, yeah. Appreciate it.
There is something it's just calming. It's very pleasing. The small town with no lights.
Yeah.
When you drive through it, and then I romanticize it. I know what I'm doing. I know it's not real. I get it. Like I'm not an idiot. But I drive through these little towns. Somebody reminded me that Chirac is where Savannah's from. It's weird that I didn't connect that. I always pass through Chirac driving to Virginia with my family. But I look at these little towns, and I'll usually see like a little white house. It's got the black wrought iron, like little brick step, like walking up to it.
Yeah.
It's just a standard A-frame, nothing big, white, little porch, maybe a green door, typically a green door, little screen door on it, nothing fancy, wood on the side where somebody's been cutting wood, like a little something in the front yard, like a bird bath or something. I see this little house. I'm like, that's it. That's what I want. That's it. That's the one I'm gonna die in. Just living there alone. There's something pleasing. Why is that calling me? Like a mermaid, like a nude mermaid on a rock. And I'm a sailor, and I've been out at sea for months. And I see the sea cow on the rock, and I envision it's a naked woman. Why do I look at that house and I dream about like walking around in there and being alone and being like safe and like locked in, and it's mine, and the air conditioning's real low? And what is that?
It's got to be anxiety, or like the allure of it is the fact that there is no pressure and it's just waiting to die, which is weird. But that's it's just like there's nothing you need to do.
Believe me, I know it's weird.
There's no, but I understand. Like often I'm sure a lot of people are like, I just want a simpler life. I just want to do nothing. There's too much going on.
Yeah,
I've got too much stress or whatever.
Too many things. Too many screens. Too many lights. Too many lights.
Although you could probably simplify your life just by never looking at the internet again.
Yes.
And
I'm doing it less.
That would take it down to near small town, because Orlando's a small town.
It is.
Comparatively, if you go to like a big city or whatever.
Less internet is better. I've been doing that mindfully. Doing less internet, it is better.
See, the problem with the small town is, it's less stress, less to do, but also that's the issue with it. To go to a store to get something or whatever else. I guess everything's online. You can, you don't really need any stores near you. Grocery store is kind of a pain in the ass. And then what do? I guess you work on your house. You have some sort of other hobby.
Yeah. But you don't just go out to go
prison
out.
If not.
You don't just go out to go out, though, which is one of the things that I'm sort of doing right now with my recovery from this hip deal. Is it like if Andrea and Maisie go somewhere and I'm in the house, I'm there. That's it. Especially when I'm not driving, So it's like, I don't know. There is I'm learning to enjoy that a little bit more. Like the lack of freedom and just being like, well, this is all I got. This is okay.
Yeah.
And just being okay with it.
I could see why people want a small town, simple life, but then it's like, to what end? Is this the end?
Right.
That's where it freaks me out. Is like, okay, is it just this Groundhog's Day?
Yeah.
The Groundhog's Day of it always got me. Like when
the repetitiveness of it will drive you crazy.
When I repeat days after days of the same thing.
Oh, trust me, I'm there.
You drive because you're like, okay, well, is this it? This is all I have to look forward to? Is the same day over and over and over? Like, what are you living for?
Yeah. Let's do one more and then we'll get out of here and let's try this one.
Yo, BDM Neil here, and just found my wife's first gray hair in her hair, and she got so offended she said she's going to start searching my balls for gray hair. Just thought if you guys seen any grays in your old ladies. Love y'all.
That's a horrible comeback because most men would enjoy that, right? Like if your wife's like, let me check it. I'm like, all right. Gray hair with wives, I know what I'm getting. I mean, there's no way out of it. I am getting the full gray, long witch hair, and there's no way out of it. I've asked my wife, like, what are you going to do? And she's going to let it go gray, and it's going to be as long and crazy as it is. I find Andrea's hair in my butt crack. I find it between my toes. I find it between my fingers. I find it in all of my underwear. I find it wrapped around my shaft. I find you name it, her hair's wrapped around it, and I will have it until I die.
I think more people need to talk to doctors, and I'll explain. A doctor, especially like a doctor's been practicing for a long time, they'll tell you all humans are the same. Like there's some anomalies, but most, the anomalies, who cares about those? They're 1 in a million or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the world, like, are you over 40? Your eyesight starts going bad. You over 40, your hair starts turning gray.
Yeah.
It's like I guess there's a little wiggle room on both ends of it. Some people are going gray later or whatever, but everybody goes gray. It happens to human beings. We're all the same animal.
And I'm a weirdo too, because like when I would see people that go gray early, I wouldn't think ew. I would think like, oh, that's cool. Like I like as a kid.
Yeah, but it
made you unique.
It's a sign, though, and especially in women, women don't like when they start seeing gray hairs. I've seen it.
Andrea says she's in there now. She says she wishes it would all go gray now. That way she could just ride it out. Okay, I get what you're saying.
I was like, it didn't shave for like a week in Colorado, and on both sides under my sideburns of my cheek hair is white.
Look at that, man! I got like a David the Gnome beard going.
Yeah, and it's like I got gray in my sideburns, and it's like, well, it's inevitable. There's no stopping it. And then anytime you see a guy in his mid to late 40s with jet black everything, he dies.
I like that though. Like the coach of Ohio. Who's that gentleman? That guy's beard is atrocious.
Is it jet black?
Oh my God, he Sharpies it in real good.
Yeah,
real good. I like it. It makes me laugh.
I bullied. I'm not gonna say who.
Ryan Day or Josh Day. Somebody said Ryan Day. Ryan Day.
Speaking of my Miami friends, I bullied one of my Miami friends into not dyeing his beard anymore.
I won't say who it is. Really? And, you really did that?
And then now it's going gray. And then I'm like,
he hates it, doesn't he? Why did you do that?
And then I'm like, hey, you look old because.
So hold on a second. You did what I did to you with headbands. You did to this particular individual with dyeing his beard. You know what? I support that. And this individual is very nice. Why would you do that to him?
Well,
he's a harmless.
Because I wanted to point it out. He's trying to hide it because I was like, look at everybody around you. We're all the same age.
What did he say?
Everybody has gray hair.
What did he say when you confronted him?
Well, he tried to deny it, and he still denies it. But
you see it changing.
But now it's gray, and then I'm like, well, obviously I was right. We still haven't talked about it, but I know in my heart of hearts
that you made an impact.
Yeah. But then I'm like, oh, you should have kept it. It looked younger.
Well, that's what I did with
an
you.
old man
That's
now.
what I said to you. I was like, wear your headbands. No one cares, man. Be you. But you get in their head. You play with them a little bit, right?
All right. We will see you tomorrow.
Great job. That was funny. All right. I will save that as Wednesday to be. And then I got to cut out the 4-minute double shit. We're at lunch now, I guess.
Yeah, we'll go lunch and then we'll come back and we'll mow.
Bye, guys. We'll be back with Mo. If you have any questions for Mo, now would be the time to email them, show@tomanddan.com. I have a couple of questions from you guys. But if you need any free legal advice, now would be the time to get it in, show@tomanddan.com.